And did you hear anything when you were in that parking lot?
Yeah, as soon as I got onto the parking lot, I heard a shot. Could have been two shots, but I know I heard a gunshot.
You heard gunshot or gunshots?
I was thinking that.
Okay. And did y'all ever stop?
Uh, After I initially went around the parking lot, I think I took a little circle around. That's when we saw the victim on the parking lot of Chick-fil-A. So I did pull over, and then my family members ran to give him aid to see if he needed help. Or,
Now, this person that you classified as a victim that's on the ground, is that the same individual that you had seen on that hood of that vehicle?
yeah, for,
And so is that the individual that was yelling at that intersection? Is that correct?
yeah, for,
And was it also that same individual that was yelling on the hood as it sped off?
yeah, for.
23rd of April 2017, telling someone from law enforcement that it was a possible African American?
No.
Okay. Would it surprise you if someone noted that somewhere?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I want to get back to a couple of other things. We discussed the fact that you were looking backwards through someone seated in the middle back passenger seat of your car and a child on their lap, right?
Yes.
And that you were looking at the car directly behind you, correct?
Yes.
And so from that vantage point, obviously the people in your own car are going to be blocking some of the things you'd otherwise have been able to see. You'd agree with that?
No, because it wasn't that much of a blockage. Actually, it's real short. So when it comes to the back seat of my window, it was as clear.
Okay.
Meaning, like I can see.
But you would agree that there are some things you just don't know, like whether
Yes.
there was one gun or many guns, for
Yes.
example,
Yes.
how the marijuana got in the man's mouth or on his person.
Yes.
You just don't know those things.
Don't know.
Whether and you don't know whether those could have been seen at a different vantage point or they just weren't knowable by anybody, right? Let me rephrase the question. Let me back up. You also were outside of your vehicle, right?
Yes.
And you were fixing the gas cap, correct?
Yes.
And that's when you saw the gun.
Yes.
And when the prosecutor asked you at the very beginning, what was the thing that you saw? The first thing out of your mouth was a gun, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Fair to say the gun's the most significant thing you saw about the whole encounter.
Yes.
Okay. You said that that gun was silver, right?
Yes.
You said that the individual that you saw in the front seat had short hair, very short hair, correct? Would you
Yes.
refresh your recollection to recall your statement that you adopted on the 23rd of April, 2027
Yes.
or 17?
Yes.
Is that in front of you?
Yes.
Can you review it to yourself briefly and tell me if you noted the length of the hair of the person you saw?
Mhm. Real short hair.
That you told the officer real short hair.
Yes.
Okay. And again, in that same document, you never notated that you never said anything there about being on all fours when the man
No.
was on the hood, right?
No.
And you said that no one asked you that question, right?
Yes, I just said he was on the hood of the car.
And to be
I
fair,
didn't-
you didn't tell them at the time, no, go back and rewrite the statement. He was on all fours. You didn't do that
No.
at the time.
No.
You didn't describe anybody as being Hispanic or Mexican, correct?
Yeah, the person in the backseat was Hispanic.
Okay. But you did indicate in your statement that date that you could not see who was in the back seat of the car, right?
Yes.
And you didn't see a backpack, for example.
No, I didn't see a backpack.
You didn't see anybody struggling over some kind of an object like a bag or a backpack, did you?
No, I just saw the scruffle in the back.
Pass the witness.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, is this witness excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the rule has been invoked. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone. Do you understand?
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
not allowed to view anything. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you may step down. Remember to leave the mic. All right, thank you so much. All right, state, call your next witness.
State calls Ernest Reyes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Could you raise your right hand for me?
Sorry.
Oh, no problem. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. If you'll make sure you keep your voice up so that the jurors can hear. If
Okay.
you'll state your name for the record and spell your last name.
Hello, I'm Ernest Reyes, Reyes.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Reyes, good voice. You have a voice that travels, so I appreciate
Oh,
that.
thank
So
you.
if you don't mind, keep that up, all right? Sir, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in and ask you, on April 23rd, 2017, were you traveling with some family and friends?
Yes, correct.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, if we could approach briefly.
Sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what I can tell you is usually when people testify, they don't have masks on, but one of the witnesses, is ill and has some illness. So everyone is just trying to make sure that they're protected against any illness they may have. So that is why. And the first witness, the reason why I asked her to lower her mask because everybody was having difficulty hearing her. But since this witness, no one has informed me that they're having trouble hearing them, I'm allowing them to keep their mask on, and neither the state nor the defense have any objection to their wearing their mask. But that is why you've seen witnesses with masks on, because they're ill. They have some sort of cough. All right. State, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think the last question you're about to answer is, you're on April 23rd, 2017, you were in a vehicle with some family and friends. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And if you don't mind panning you over to exhibit number 3 that's on the monitor there. Did you end up at that intersection of McCullough and 410 Access Road?
Yes, yes, correct.
And on that particular day, who was driving the vehicle?
It was me.
It was you?
Yeah.
And when you're driving the vehicle, are you the one that was driving on this particular time when you came up to the red light at that intersection?
Yes, correct.
And did you stop the vehicle?
Yes. Came to a complete stop at the red light.
And your vehicle in relation to other vehicles, were there any vehicles around yours?
Yes, one completely in front of me and one directly in back of me.
And at some point during this stop at the light, did your attention get brought to the vehicle behind you?
Yes.
And you recall what type of vehicle that was behind you?
I don't know the make or the model, but I do know it's dark black vehicle.
Okay. And what brought your attention to that vehicle behind you?
A person that was in the vehicle with me was notified that
Objection, hearsay, confrontation.
Sustained.
Let me ask you this. At some point you looked at the vehicle behind you. Is that correct?
yeah, it's correct.
How did you look at that vehicle behind you?
Directly through my rear view mirror.
Did you use any other mirrors or devices to look at that vehicle behind you?
I would switch from my rear view from the side mirrors, but it was mainly through the rear view.
I'm going to show you what state exhibit number 1. Is that the vehicle that you were traveling in that day?
Yeah, that's correct.
And who is that driving the vehicle?
Oh, that's me.
That is you?
Yeah.
And who is this in the back?
That is my mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then on state exhibit number 2, show you that one also. Is that the same vehicle?
Yeah, correct.
And can you see individuals that are in the back seat?
Yes, that's my niece and her husband and her child, her kid.
Okay. And just the names of those individuals that were in the back?
Ashley and Raul.
Okay. And then who is this individual standing here?
That's my partner, Paul Anthony.
Paul Anthony.
Yeah.
What do you call him?
I call him Anthony, but his family calls him Paul.
And was that the individual that just testified today?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, thank you. So you just testified that your attention was brought to that vehicle somehow, and while you're looking at and through the mirrors of your vehicle, what did you observe?
Yes, it was a clear view. Right away, I saw a passenger waving a pistol, a firearm, directing his attention to the back seat of the car because there was an altercation, and I'm not sure what was a struggle in the back seat.
Okay, and so let me ask you, you observed this through the mirror.
Yes, correct.
This is not something that you learned from somebody else.
Oh, no. This
is something that you directly saw looking through the mirror.
Yeah, correct.
And what time of day was this? Well, do you remember what time of day?
So once sun was out, it was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, so it was daylight.
Yeah,
So it wasn't like a nighttime thing where you couldn't see very well.
no.
And so when you're looking, you said you saw the passenger, and which passenger in that vehicle in the back? Was it a backseat passenger or a front seat passenger that you saw with a gun?
A front seat passenger.
And can you give any description of that front seat passenger?
Not a direct. I mean, I couldn't point out facial hair, tattoos, or piercings or anything, but he was just a black male.
Black male?
Yeah.
And obviously you just stated, and I'll just need to ask, could you even tell the age? If you can.
Yeah, no.
Okay. And when you're observing this front seat passenger, black male with the gun, you said he was, what was he doing? How was if he's in the passenger seat up there,
Yeah.
and Your Honor, may I just stand here and
Yes.
demonstrate to the jury you're that black male with the gun and there's a driver, is that correct?
Yeah, there was a female driver.
A female driver?
Yeah.
And so that I'd be right next to you. So if I'm that female driver and you're that black male with the gun,
Mm-hmm.
do you remember which hand he was using or if you recall?
Right.
His right hand?
Yeah.
Show the jury what that black male with the gun was doing.
Initially I saw what I did see, he was reaching over like to the back, swinging it and like trying to intimidate somebody that was back there that they were trying to get a control over or something. I'm not sure.
So in the back seat.
In the back seat, yeah.
And so you're saying swing, was the person leaning or was he turned around? How was that individual?
The gun was in his right hand and he was just reaching over, like, you know.
And could you tell if it was passengers in the back seat?
I believe I saw two individuals. There might have been three. But yeah,
there was individuals in the back.
Yeah, correct.
And you just stated at least two, maybe three.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And did you see any other individual in that car with the gun?
No.
I guess to be fair, you couldn't really see all those passengers in the back seat, so you don't know for certain if somebody may or may not have had a gun.
Correct.
Okay. Now, when you see this, I guess what you described as intimidating or with that gun in the back towards the back seat, what happened at that time? How long did? Well, I'm sorry. Let me retract that question. Do you recall how long that interaction happened? Was it?
It seemed to be like quick. Everything happened so fast. I was focused on the light changing. My attention was fixed on the back, the car behind us.
Mm-hmm.
So, just a lot of emotions going on. It was quick.
Okay. And so it was pretty quick, you say, and then anything of significance happened after you viewed that?
I just seen them to look like to be beating on the person in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he was forced out or pushed out or with me or what, but at that point, he did end up on the access road on the outside of the car.
Okay.
Just yelling, saying, just give me my things, give me my
Objection,
things.
hearsay, confrontation.
All right.
Excited utterance at this point.
All right, then, counsel, if you lay the foundation for excited utterance, and then defense, you can make your objection, and the court will make a ruling.
Thank you, Judge. Now, Mr. Reyes, when this individual was yelling just words, was he calm or what was his demeanor?
No, he was in a panic mode. He was just infuriated. Like had a lot of adrenaline.
Was he yelling or was he just saying things like I'm saying now? Was he saying it like that or was his voice elevated?
I don't know, elevated, yelling. Wanting his things back, just saying, give me my thing, give me my thing.
And did he say anything else?
Not at that moment until I saw what happened next.
Okay, well, tell the jury what happened next.
At that point, the light did finally turn green. So the car in front of me did move up and I did get the chance to turn at that light. And at that moment, I was still looking through the rear view. And then even on my side window, my side mirror, because at that point he was on the street. And that's when he went in front of the car and he jumped onto the car. And at that point, it was their time to, take off. And that's when the driver sped off. So as I turned on, I believe it was McCullough Street, that right, he was yelling and screaming as he was on the hood, just saying, help me, please, somebody help me.
I'm going to renew the objection, and while I recognize the court has asked the prosecutor to lay a foundation for excited utterance, that only would resolve the hearsay component. The confrontation component is not satisfied purely by the fact that it's an excited utterance. That is not a Michigan v. Bryant exception. And I would object under confrontation clause independent of my hearsay objection.
All right. State, until the foundation is laid as to who the person is, their identification, their objection is going to be sustained.
Motion to instruct the jury to disregard all the testimony about what the man said on the hood of the car.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're just to disregards the statement that is attributed to the person who was on the hood of the vehicle.
And motion for mistrial.
Denied.
This person that was on the hood, let's go back to when I believe you used the terminology sped off.
Yeah, correct.
That individual was on the hood at that time?
Yeah, correct.
Do you recall if the end of, I mean, well, how fast would you say, how did the vehicle take off? Did it just take off really fast? Like, or did it just sort of glide out of that intersection?
I would say glide and then pick up speed.
Mhm. Was the individual standing on the hood, or was, how were they on the hood?
No, at that moment he was holding on to not lose his balance or fall off the side, or so he was holding on to the, I guess where the windshield is at.
Mhm.
He was holding.
He was holding on, okay. And so you, now, when you take a right on McCullough, where do you go from there?
I continue straight, and then there's like a shopping center,
Mhm.
and then I take a quick left into the shopping parking lot.
And that's a quick left, and that would be, took a right on McCullough, and then you took a left into this parking lot here.
Yeah, correct.
And then at that point, when you're in this parking lot, what did y'all, where did you drive to?
Well, on the cutoff, I was taking my time. I was driving slow because I was trying to get the name of the streets and inform like the officers, because I believe my niece was on the phone with the police at that time. So I was trying to get the street name because I didn't know. I'm not from that area, so.
Mhm.
As soon as I got onto the shopping mall parking lot, and I just continued straight back.
Okay. And so you just sort of drove through the parking lot?
Yeah, correct.
Did you ever observe or see this vehicle, the dark or black vehicle with the individual on the hood?
Yeah, something. As I was on the
And let me bring up exhibit number 3 so you can point it out there, and then I'll point here.
yeah, as I was on, when I took that right, I was still looking over my shoulder, like to see, because they continued straight
They continue straight on the access road?
on the access road.
Okay.
So as I was, I was driving like slow because, like I said, I was trying to get the street name.
Mhm.
I was looking over my shoulder to see like I initially thought they just went all the way straight and continued straight. But as soon as we got in the parking lot,
Mhm.
then I noticed like a little further up that I saw the black car speeding around one of the establishments, like I think it was another building around there.
Okay. And do you see that building? Do you see that building on the map here?
It was like after around here Chick-fil-A,
Okay.
they sped in that direction.
And this direction?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, opposing state exhibit number 3 pointed out that the vehicle, that black vehicle was speeding off this way. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And I'm going to show you what state exhibit number 4 has been entered into evidence. Can you identify that vehicle that's in that photo?
Yeah, that's my vehicle.
That's your vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay. And so this is the vehicle. This is behind the Chick-fil-A. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
That's state exhibit number 4. And did you hear anything when you were in that parking lot?
Yeah, as soon as I got onto the parking lot, I heard a shot. Could have been 2 shots that I know I heard gunshot.
You heard gunshot or gunshots?
I would say gunshot.
Okay. And did y'all ever stop?
After I initially went around the parking lot, I think I took a little circle around. That's when we saw the victim on the parking lot of Chick-fil-A. So I did pull over, and then my family members ran to give him aid to see if he needed help.
Now, this person that you classified as a victim that's on the ground, is that the same individual that you had seen on that hood of that vehicle?
Yeah, correct.
And so is that the individual that was yelling at that intersection? Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
And was it also that same individual that was yelling on the hood as it sped off?
Yeah, correct.
And what did that individual say?
Objection,
And
hearsay, confrontation.
This time we have
Is that
identified.
an answer?
All right, so
That's an answer.
everyone, you can remain seated when you make your objections. That makes it easy for the court reporter to hear. And defense, what is your objection?
Well, same objection as before, Your Honor, and I don't think they've laid any additional foundation for what the court has indicated as concern.
All right, and state.
State would be arguing with one, he's been identified. Two is the individual that's deceased. And three, it's a dying declaration. This is an individual that is actually subsequently dies in that parking lot.
All right, with regards to dying declaration.
Yes, Your Honor. Dying declaration is also not an exception to confrontation. There's an additional finding that the court would need to make. And if that kind of an issue needs to be addressed, I would request that we have a hearing outside the presence.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you can step outside for a moment, please. Remember my previous instructions.
Rise, retreat.
Everyone, please be seated. Oh, please be seated. Yes. Oh, no, I was talking to co-counsel. Yes.
Your Honor, the issue is not dying declaration. The issue is whether or not there's forfeiture by wrongdoing, which would require the court to conduct an inquiry into whether or not it's the actual conduct of the defendant that has procured the result. And frankly, I think that that's an inappropriate finding to be made in a murder trial when that is just solely
The finding I
contested
make
issue.
will be the finding I make. So
I mean, I'm just saying, I don't think it would be essentially the court making an ultimate ruling as to the guilt or the innocence of the accused.
no, I don't see it that way, but this is what I will tell everyone. Everyone, just make your objections and I will make my ruling, and my ruling will be my ruling. So
Well,
your answer to the state saying that it's a dying declaration, what is your response, counsel?
Dying declaration is not an exception to the confrontation clause.
All right, and then they also said it was an excited utterance.
Also, that is not an exception to the confrontation clause. I know of no judicial authority that says otherwise.
All right, state.
Your Honor, the dying declaration is an exception that does not infringe upon the defendant's right of confrontation. But either Texas or the U.S. Constitution under Gardner v. State 306 Southwest 3rd 274 and Green v. State 840 Southwest 2nd 394.
I don't know what those opinions say. I'd like it sounds like they may be pre-Crawford as well, which is a concern.
Well, we say things sound like something. The question is it? So if you all want to look up the case law that the state has provided, you're more than welcome to look that up now.
Thank you, Your Honor. How
All right.
long of a recess can I have?
All right, you all can do it right now. Does everybody have Wi-Fi and connection to a computer?
On my computer set up. My co-counsel does. If I can get those sites again.
All right. So Cindy, do you need a break? All right, they're going to look up some case law. You can step down, but remember, these are the instructions. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone or to view anything. So don't do any of that, all right? Because the rule has been invoked. All right, thank you. If you'll just wait in the waiting area, if you were in the waiting area.
Okay, Jason, the sites. Yeah.
Yep.
Asterisk, as the chaos settled and the courtroom proceedings unfolded, we are reminded that what we witnessed on April 23, 2017, was not just a sequence of events, it was a life-altering moment for everyone involved. A split-second decision, a firearm waved in fear and anger, and a person clinging to the hood of a moving car. These are moments that stay with us. Long after the cameras stop rolling, this case teaches us a powerful lesson. The choices we make, especially in moments of conflict, carry consequences far beyond what we can see. Every action has a ripple effect. Lives can be changed forever in the blink of an eye. Beyond the legal arguments about hearsay, confrontation, or dying declarations, the human story remains. It reminds us of the importance of responsibility, of caution, and of empathy. Each life has value. Each decision, no matter how small it seems in the moment, can alter the course of someone else's life. In the end, the law enforces justice, but it is our awareness, our respect, and our careful choices that prevent tragedy before it happens. Let this case serve as a stark reminder. Protect life, act responsibly, and never underestimate the impact of a single moment. Asterisk.